Hello, welcome back to ECS Coffee. My name's Rebecca. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Delonghi Dedica beside the Breville Bambino. The Dedica has been on the market for a little bit, and as we know, the Breville Bambino is a little bit newer to the market. Machines look the same. They're both stainless steel finishes, which is nice. They are the same footprint as well, minus like an inch. Both of them are a foot in depth, a foot high, and 5 or 6 inches across. So the Bambino is about 6 and the Dedica is about 5. So you got about an inch to play with there. The Bambino has your more traditional style steam wand, and the Delonghi Dedica has your Panorella wand. Both machines as well will do your single shot and your double shot. And both machines have a cup warmer on top that will heat up as the machine is on for longer. They have similar water tank sizes. The Dedica has a 34-ounce tank and the Bambino has a 47-ounce tank. So both very small, but they are very small machines, okay? Neither of them have a grinder on board, so it is something that you would need to purchase outside of the machine. They will both come with dual wall filters, so those are going to be your pressurized baskets. That's going to help to create pressure in the machine for your espresso shots since you don't have a grinder. The Bambino has a 54 millimeter portafilter and the Dedica has a 51 millimeter, okay? Both machines come with like a plastic tamper as well. So I'm going to make some drinks with the machines. We're going to pour a double espresso side by side. We are using pre-ground espresso, so it may not be perfect, but it's the same coffee with the same tamping pressure, put in the portafilters at the same time. And we're going to press go on both machines and see how they look pouring beside each other, okay? So 1, 2, 3. And as you can see, I have a much taller glass under my Bambino than what I have under my Dedica. The Dedica did not have enough clearance for that tall mug. Both of these machines do have pre-infusion. Okay. So I said, might not be perfect espressos, but you can visually see that the Bambino did create some crema, and I don't know what happened with the Dedica, but there is no crema on here. It is an espresso roast, so we were expecting it to have some crema, but there is not. So you can see that there. Okay. We'll keep using it though. With something like this, the machine, if you don't have a grinder and you're just using your pre-ground with the Dedica, you might not be able to get around that. If you had a grinder on the side there though, I would suggest that you decrease your grind size and then maybe increase the amount of coffee, but we did put enough coffee in there. So I was expecting to get some crema, but I did not. On the Dedica as well, you can actually use what's called ESE pods, so it's easy serve espresso. So it's going to be a pre-tamped single serve espresso shot that you can use with just the Dedica. You can't use that with the Bambino, so it's kind of a no mess way. So no pre-ground coffee, no grinder needed, just a little tea bag of pre-tamped espresso and you're good to go. We're now going to steam milk on both of the machines. We're going to use almond milk so that I can try them. So we're going to, I'm going to get going on that. On both machines, you're going to be pressing the steam and then you'll be able to do the steam on there, okay? So I'll start with the Bambino. I'm going to start with the Dedica actually, okay? So pour my espresso in here, or my more like coffee. All right. And on both of these machines too, you can use hot water. On the Dedica, you're going to just flip the steam nozzle down and it'll produce hot water. On the Bambino, you have a hot water, or it looks like 2 droplets, and you would press this. Oh, there we go. Come on. And you'll produce that. So for steaming on the Dedica, I'm going to press my steam button here. It's going to start flashing. gonna get my jug ready. This is the Panarello wand, so I don't really need to do anything. It's going to do the work for me. So I've said this before, but since we are using the Panarello wand, I'm not going to be able to get close to doing any kind of latte art. I mean, I am using almond milk, so already that's not going to really allow me to. But if you are somebody that's wanting to do the latte art, you do need a machine that has a more traditional steam wand. That's overflowing a little bit. It's not super hot. That really created quite a bit of foam. It's like super duper foamy. It's all bubbles. I don't love it, but if you're somebody that wants a cappuccino, oh yeah, that's great for somebody that wants a cappuccino. So it's very, very frothy. It looks like what people think about when they want like a foamy cappuccino. That's what you're going to get out of this machine. It didn't do a terrible job. I mean, I'm not overly impressed, but I'm not super unimpressed either with this steam wand. But we're gonna do the Bambino now. Now I have steamed on this steam wand before, and I do like it. So I'm a little biased towards it, but let's go. So I'm gonna hit my steam, do a little bit of a purge beforehand. Remember, the steam wand is very fast to heat up. It's a little awkward. Now, since we are using the traditional steam wand on the Bambino, we do have more control over how we're steaming our milk. And it was getting quite hot, so I'm just going to press my steam button again and turn it off. And I remember from last time, it takes a while to calm itself down. So that does look a ton better in terms of milk foam. So you can see there. So the milk, you can see, much smoother. And the Dedica is a lot foamier and frothier. Yep. That'll also just come with who's frothing the milk. Obviously with a more manual steam wand or traditional steam wand, if you're not great at steaming milk, you're not going to produce great steamed milk. And with the Dedica, you'll kind of have a consistent flow there of what the steam quality is. Also on the Dedica, I didn't do it immediately after steaming, but I'm just going to grab my jug here. I do just need to put some water into it to fill the boiler. So after you use the steam wand, you do need to refill that boiler. So I'm going to do that now. It's just like doing the hot water. So we're just gonna do that until the steam goes away a little bit and it starts producing just hot water. There we go. There we go, all done. And now we're ready to brew again for the espresso. So if you are going to be doing back-to-back milk beverages on the Dedica, do know you just need to do that after steaming your milk, otherwise it's not going to allow you to brew. It is a good safety feature to have on a machine, otherwise you're going to be running on an empty boiler, which isn't great, okay? All right, so the Dedica didn't perform as well as I've seen it perform. It is a different size portafilter, so that probably had something to do with how the espresso was pouring. It is a really, really good option though for people that don't want to purchase a separate grinder or don't want to use pre-ground espresso and want it to be a no mess, no fuss kind of machine, because you do use those ESE pods. It is really good for people as well that are using it kind of as a weekend machine, using it for just mainly milk beverages, because you do have a Panarello wand. You don't need to spend any time learning how to steam milk, so it is a really, really good option, and the price is really good there too. The size is small, so it can sit on the counter, you can push it away into the corner. Good for people in apartments. You know that I love the Bambino. I do have a Breville myself, so I'm a little biased towards the brand there in terms of that. But not great for people that don't want to purchase a grinder on the side. If you're going with a machine like this with what it's capable of, purchasing a grinder is going to kind of bring you to that next level. Since it's still small, having a grinder is not going to take up much more space on your countertop. And if you're somebody that does want to do latte art, this is a good machine for you. The steam wand is great. You're able to texturize that milk to be very nice microfoam. And you do have a hot water option as well, which is great. Okay, so all in all, both machines are good for people in apartments, good for people that don't have a grinder, and good for people that it's just, you know, maybe one or two of you at home using the machine, either on the weekends for the Dedica, which is what I would recommend, or every day with the Bambino. Bambino has a much faster heat up time, and you also don't need to refill that boiler. Okay. If you have any questions about either of these machines or want more information about the comparison between the two or other recommendations about machines that are similar to these, just drop us a comment below. If you liked our video, give us a thumbs up and remember to subscribe to keep up with us. Bye.